Hello? Hello? Hello, yes. Hello. Oh. Yeah, I'm here at the station right now. Oh. No, I'm at, wait a second. Hold on. Yeah. Seoul Station? No. You said, oh. Yeah, I'm at the station right now. Okay. All right. I'll be there. Hold on, guys. Let me just check the schedule here. Schedule. Okay. The next train isn't going to be coming here for another hour and a half, maybe. So I guess if you wait there, I'll be there pretty soon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll be there. All right. This is just terrible luck. I was supposed to meet my friend at a station, which I thought was this station, kind of out in the middle of nowhere in the countryside. But it turns out they didn't say they weren't talking about this station. They were just saying to meet them at Seoul Station. And where am I? Ilyang? Where even is Ilyang? I don't know how I got here, but the next train doesn't look like it comes for another hour and a half or so. So I guess I'm just stuck here. But yeah, fortunately, I mean, I brought my whiteboard as always. You know, I always carry this in my back pocket. So yeah, I guess we'll just do a lesson while we wait. So yeah, welcome everyone. Chris O. Small was the first one in here. Mikhail Shazakowski. I know it ends in the SKI, so it's kind of a Russian name. I know that because my mother's side actually is Russian. Secretive. Welcome, Secretive, my lovely moderator. Lauren Wilson. 안녕하세요. Ocean Discovery. All right. Someone asking, are we early today? No, you're not early. I always start these live streams a few minutes early just so that we get everything going. And sometimes there are like technical difficulties or whatever, and this is the time to get those sorted out. So yeah, we will get started with the lesson right at 2:00. Now, this might be different than last week as I made the post. Daylight savings time happened just last night. So that means the stream gets pushed forward or back, I guess, depending on where you are, 1 hour. So it's 1 hour different than normal. And it'll be this way until I think it goes back in October or something. So yeah, the prerequisites for today's stream, which is a beginner level stream, are these as follows. You want to make sure that you can conjugate action and descriptive verbs. You want to know what action and descriptive verbs are. You also want to be familiar with these two endings, 지만 and the 대 form. Now, by 대, I mean like 있는데, 한데, 하는데, that type of thing. You should also know that this conjugates differently whether you're using it with an action verb or a descriptive verb. So you can get things like 있는데 or 한데 or 하는데, depending on the verb. So you want to be familiar with these for today's lesson or you won't be able to get very far. But these are also beginner topics. So if you're not familiar with these, you do have enough time before we start to go find my live stream abridged video about 지만 and 대. I think it was even in the same episode. If not, you can skip. It was like the first 2 live streams I did. And you can watch those and come back to today's lesson with time to spare. It's pronounced like Mihao. Oh, not Mikal, but Mihao. Mihal. Tchaikovsky. Okay. Tchaikovsky. I think I got it. Michal Tchaikovsky. Yes. And Zilly, welcome. Ocean Discovery. Am I on the train track? No, let me just move this and I'll show you. No, I'm in front of the train track because I don't want to miss the train when it comes. I want to make sure I'm right here. So there's a few feet, so the train's not going to hit me or anything. But yeah, I definitely do not want to miss the train by going somewhere else. So I'm just going to wait right here. And there's no one else here. It's just an empty train station in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Let's see. Stream, spring day. Yeah, I mean, without giving away too much personal information, my mom's last name was another name that ended in the ski. They're also from Russia. But did not speak any Russian because they left. She left when she was like a little kid in like early 1900s from there. And yeah, they just speak, they're New York Russian Jew. So there you go. So they have the very thick, from Staten Island, if any of you are familiar with that. So very thick Staten Island, New York dialect. I can't do it. My mom can do it. Am I the only one that's hearing really quietly? It should just be you, because I see the volume level on here is fine. But if other people think it's too quiet, I can make it louder if you want. Charlotte. Char. 보고 싶다 이렇게 말하니까 더 보고 싶다. 너의 사진을 보고 있어도 보고 싶다. 너무 약속한 시간 나는 우리가. Are those some like song lyrics? Billy, did you do the spring day location intentionally, or is this a happy accident? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just here at this station in the middle of nowhere. Maybe there's some people dancing over there, but I don't know. I'm just here. Okay. It's lyrics. Okay, I thought it was lyrics. Carrie! Hey, Carrie! I didn't even see you, and then you pop in with a giant donation right at the beginning. I haven't even started yet. Billy, we learned so much from you. Thank you. Carrie! I gotta do a, so I got some new reactions now. Because I was playing around with my program, and we got something for you. So thank you for the donation. We're gonna do a little dance here. You get the kimchi dab. So thank you. Always appreciate donations. You're welcome to donate. You're welcome to not. I'm just happy that you're here. So if you cannot donate, just share it. If you can't share it, just like it. If you can't like it, just participate. Let's see. Char. Oh, and I also added a new one for Char requested stars. So I'll show that one later today also. I got me a new laptop. Nice. I ordered a a few weeks ago, or last month, I had a stream where I think I got like $450 in donations through the stream. It was ridiculous. And I'd never gotten that much before. And after that, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go buy a laptop. So I bought a laptop. Obviously, the laptop's more than $450, but it doesn't matter. And the laptop will come tomorrow. So hopefully with that, no matter in the future, even if I travel somewhere, I should still be able to do live streams somewhat. Even though it's not going to be this full live stream with the whiteboard and everything, I should still be able to do some sort of live stream, as well as editing videos when I'm out and about. And that'll come tomorrow. Are you still planning on going to Korea? I don't know. It's still up in the air. But I will update you guys about that. As far as a fan meeting, I was thinking of doing a fan meeting next month. That's not going to happen regardless. If I do a fan meeting in Korea, it would not be in April. So I'll just say that. I don't know when or if I can do it. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to Korea this year, or if I do later. I don't know. But it's still up in the air. I am going. Nice. Mihal. Mihal. Wait, now I have to read it again. The exact pronunciation. Hold on, let me scroll up. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah. Mihal Tchaikovsky. Right? Disvridanya. Привет. Kartushka. Like the 3 Russian words that I know. Although you're from Poland, so, kind of different. Thank you. Thanks for pronouncing me so beautifully. Cheers. Mihao. Thank you. PLN. I can't remember how much PLN is. I want to write it in Korean so I could say it properly. PLN. I'm not exact. I always forget how much it is because I. But I'm gonna do a dab. Thank you, Bihar. 11 euro. Okay, I'll write that up there. That's easier to keep track of. I'll write 12. Then I can kind of understand that better. Okay. All right, here you'll get the Oh wait. Okay. Let's see, how are we on time? Oh, 13 US. Oh. It's always exchange rates. Okay. We'll start really soon, but I just want to make a few announcements just after welcoming everyone else here. Kimchi 중에서 어떤 김치를 제일 좋아해요? My favorite kimchi. I like sour kimchi. It's usually green, like greenish color. And it's the kind that's a little bit extra old and a little bit more sour. I like that kind. That's maybe my favorite. Other than that, I really like gakdugi. Gakdugi's great too. I just like all kimchi, you know. It's all good. Oh, Shar. Shar, can you show me the thing? Yes, I can show you the thing. Shar. Okay, yeah, Shar requested a special emote. I mean, what do you call it? Just some things on the screen for donations. So yes, Shar, you get this. You get the Shar stars. The Shar stars dab. Thank you. All right. So thank you again. We'll get started right away, just in 1 minute. Before we get started though, just an announcement. Only 2 more live streams left after today. And then there's going to be a break. So normally this break would be 3 months long when I go to Korea. But I don't know if I'm going to be going to Korea or not. I'll find out within a week or so. It's still kind of up in the air. Like, yeah, it might be okay to go, but maybe I wouldn't be able to do anything there. So I'm not sure. But yeah, 2 more live streams. And then either way, there will be a break, regardless of whether I go to Korea or not. If I don't go to Korea, there will be a shorter break. If I do, there will be a longer break, and I'll just do some Q&A videos while I'm gone. So I'll announce that as it gets closer. Also, remember that there are worksheets uploaded for all of the live streams, at least as of sometime like 6 months ago or so. You can download that right now for today's live stream. There's already a worksheet on Patreon. Also, all of the outlines, every outline for every live stream is on Patreon. You can review all of the sentences that we do and all of the lesson material. And this one's from today will be up there within the hour after we finish the live stream. Another announcement is, I've said this before, but there's also new Go Billy merchandise available. You can find it on my, there's a link in the description. You can also find it on my channel in the store section. It's kind of like, videos, community, and there's one that says store, so you can see them. There's some cute stuff that I designed there. And make sure to check out the Discord channel for any updates about everything, including going to Korea, future live streams, lessons, everything. Small. Legend. This place is in BTS Spring Day. Well, I can't tell you if I know anything about that or not. But that would be a big coincidence. I mean, I do teach Korean, and this is the Korean location, but I don't know. I just said there's some people dancing over there, I see, but I can't tell you anything else other than that. But thanks, Small. All right. Again, today we're going to be learning about a beginner level topic. So you want to make sure you're familiar with action and descriptive verbs, as well as how to conjugate them, how to use the 지만 connector, meaning but, as well as 대, which is also a connector for showing contrast. So it can mean and or but, among other translations. So you want to be familiar with these before today's lesson. Oh, another donation. Sure. This is the station. I really can't tell you anything about that. I don't know. I really don't know what you're talking about. It's just this random station in the middle of nowhere called Iryong. I don't know. I just found it. I thought it would be a nice place to meet. It's a nice spring day today. Maybe not quite spring yet, but yeah. Okay. So we're going to be learning about two things today, but it's actually a little more than two. But yeah, two main things today. The first one is going to be 기는 하다. Now, this is also shortened to just 긴 하다. And the way you make it is you take a verb stem and you attach 기는 하다 or 긴 하다. Now, this 는 here is optional, but most of the time you'll see it. You'll see it as 기는 하다 or 긴 하다. So you take a verb stem and you attach that to it. For a quick example, let's just take 하다 to do. 하다, the verb stem is 하, 긴 하다, and then you conjugate 하다 at the end to whatever you want. You do not conjugate this at all. This is done. So even if you're working in the past tense, future tense, thinking tense, whatever you want, thinking tense, that doesn't make sense. No matter what tense you're working in, this stays as 하긴 all of the time, or 하기는. You will not say 했긴, like 했어요, or 하겠어요. You would not say 하겠긴 or anything like that. It's always just this. So this is a very easy form to conjugate. Now, it's beginner, but that doesn't mean it's simple, I'll say. Because I see a lot of beginners and a lot of intermediates conjugating this incorrectly by using like past tense conjugation or something. So no, I'll stress this one more time. Verb stem plus 기 or 기는 하다, the end. You do not change this verb stem at all. So if you're working with the verb 먹다, for example, to eat, and you want to say something, we're going to talk about I ate something. You do that with the end part. You do not do like 먹었긴 or anything. It's still 먹긴 or 먹기는. Okay. Just want to make that very clear. Although I know I haven't explained how to use it yet. I just want to make sure you at least conjugate it correctly. If you want to do past tense or future tense, again, that will go at the end. You'll conjugate 하다 to become 했어요 or 할 거예요 or anything like that, for example. Okay, so you take a verb stem and you attach 기는 하다 or 긴 하다 and conjugate 하다, and you're done. What this means, this emphasizes something. What it does is it emphasizes the meaning of do or is in a verb. For example, I like pizza. I do like pizza. And I do like pizza. This is just English here. This is just English. Think about the difference in English. I like pizza. I do like pizza. What's the difference in English? They have the same meaning, right? I like pizza. Yeah, I like pizza. I do like pizza. Yeah, I do like pizza. All that this form does is emphasizes that meaning of do if it's an action verb or is if it's a descriptive verb. By is, this could also mean am or are, depending on the subject. So if you were to say, I am American versus I am an American, you just have the emphasis difference. The meaning does not change when you use this form. It does not change the meaning of your sentence. All it does is changes the emphasis that you're putting on the verb. Now, if it's an action verb, that will be do, because we say, I do enjoy something or eat something. I do sometimes eat pizza. I do, but with the descriptive verb, it's usually going to be like an is, am, or are. Like he is a nice person, like that. It just emphasizes the verb. So all it does is adds emphasis to the sentence. By adding emphasis to the sentence, this is almost like you are admitting something. Admitting something, but with reservations. So you're admitting something, but not completely. Right? If you were to say, well, let's think about this. When would you say, I do like pizza versus just, I like pizza? Well, you would say that when you're admitting something. So, yeah, I do like pizza, but I don't feel like it today, or something like that. So you are admitting to something. You're agreeing. You're like, yes, well, I do enjoy that. I do, well, I am tired, but I can still go. Like that. So you're admitting something, but just not completely. You're like, okay, yes. Yeah, I guess I agree with you. I'm admitting that. I'm not 100% with you, but I do admit that. So that's what this is for. But the only thing that it does is just emphasizes that verb. It just emphasizes the verb. And when you use it is when you're admitting something, but not completely. Okay, let's do our first example. So let's just take our previous example. 피자를 좋아해요. Let me rewrite this so it's a little clearer. 좋아해요. 피자를 좋아해요. This is option 1. Option 2. 피자를 좋아하긴 해요. 피자를 좋아해요. And 피자를 좋아하긴 해요. I like it. I like pizza. 피자를 좋아하긴 해요. I do like pizza. I do like pizza. You're admitting it and emphasizing the verb. So you're saying, I do like it, but something else, right? If you're emphasizing the verb, it takes more importance than whatever it is that you're going to say. So I like it. I'm just putting that up here. I'm emphasizing, I like it, but maybe I'm now going to talk about something else. But, I don't feel like it today. Or, but I actually prefer that. Or I shouldn't eat it. Or whatever reason you want to give. So this will often be followed with some sort of contrasting sentence. And that's why the 지만 and 대 forms are required for today, because we're going to be doing lots of contrasting with this form. Now, it's not required that you contrast, but using this form shows that you're not completely in agreement with them. So it is most often used with contrasting sentences such as but or however, something like that. So let's do one more example. 날씨가, so the weather, 날씨가, example 1, 더워요. The weather is hot. Period. Option number 2, verb stem, 덥. You don't need to do anything else. 덥기는 or 덥긴 해요. Notice that you don't have to conjugate this at all. So it's really easy to use this form. Even if you don't know how to properly conjugate the verbs ending with pi업, you don't need to. You just attach this to the verb stem. 날씨가 더워요. So the weather is hot. The end. 덥긴 해요. Well, yeah, it is hot. But I like that. But it's better than winter when it's cold and dry. But yesterday was hotter. But I don't mind. But I'm staying indoors today. Whatever like that. So this will often be used with contrasting sentences. But the purpose, again, of this form is to emphasize the verb. So it emphasizes that do or is or are or am meaning in English of a verb. Okay. Let's see. How are we on time? We are good on time. Okay, let me just check the chat for 1 minute. And then we'll give some actual example sentences here. Is this more common in 애교? No, it's just a regular form. I've used it with my friends all the time. It doesn't sound especially formal or especially informal. If anything, it sounds a little bit intelligent. It's like, yeah, well, it is. It is pretty good or whatever. It is nice. Purple, Cora. 빌리처럼 한국말. Okay, I want to speak Korean. I see what you're trying to say. I want to speak. 씹어서 많이 감사해요. Thank you. Okay. 제 한국어는 아직 나빠요. My Korean is bad. 나빠요. Usually when you're saying something's bad, you will say you could say 안 좋아요, like not literally not good. They don't typically use 나빠요 except for like actually things that are unpleasant. But I mean, you could be saying your Korean's unpleasant. That's up to you. But or you could just say 잘 못해요, like I cannot speak it well. 못하다 meaning to not be able to do well. But yeah, thank you, Purple. Gonna write your name with a purple marker and do a dab. Thank you. Is this different than ki being used to change the verbs into nouns? Yes, it is the same form. So if you know how to do that, just take a verb stem and attach ki. It's the same thing, but the meaning is not used that way. Literally though, yes, it is the same form. I just use French because Billy speaks French. Barely. 날씨가 덥긴 한데 어제는 추웠어요. Yeah, nice. Hey, nice, Ocean Discovery. I didn't even give you a single sentence, and you're already pulling out a nice sentence. Okay. All right, so let's get started with our first example, because I want to have plenty of time to give you guys some chances to make sentences. I do want to say, before we get into it too much, don't overthink this form. If you feel like, I kind of got it, Billy, like, yeah, emphasizing the verb, like, I do like it, or it is. If you've got that, yes, you're done. That's the form. But we're going to do some examples with it. I just want to make that clear. Like, there are no tricks coming up. You're not going to be tricked by today's lesson. So if you kind of got it, then yeah, you've got it. Okay, let's do some sentences. But, oh yes. So again, I already said this, but it's going to often be used in contrasting sentences that use things like 지만, like but, or the te form, which could also mean and or but, depending on the sentence. It just shows contrast. I don't have time to go into the explanation of this for today because it takes a while, but I did a live stream on it you can check out. But I do want to say, so most of the time you'll see this form, like 긴하다, used together with 지만 or te. Most of the time. But that doesn't mean it has to be. And I've heard it used a lot of times just by itself. Like just for emphasizing the verb. You're like, yeah, it is. Okay, I'll give you that. It is. I admit that. Not completely, but yeah, at least that I will admit to. But most of the time it is. So just be aware of that. The other thing I should say is that when you're using it with 지만 or te, the subject in both of the sentences is usually the same. So if you were to say something like 저는, yeah, I am an American. No, I guess we could say it this way. 저는 미국 사람, so an American person. And then we need to use our 긴하다 form. So 미국 사람이다 would be the to be form. So 이긴 한데. So like I am an American. Apologize for this messy writing. 미국 사람이긴 한데, well, actually, or you could just do 제가, whatever. 미국 사람이긴 한데, and then you want to say 영어를 못해요. I don't speak English. It should be the same person you're talking about. I am an American, but I cannot speak English. You wouldn't say like, 제가 미국 사람이긴 한데, 철수는 한국 사람이에요. Like, well, I am an American, but 철수 is a Korean. It's not used in that way because it's used for emphasizing the verb. And if you're just going, it's not just for saying, like two unconnecting sentences. So to keep things simple, when you're using this form with but, when you're using this to connect something, keep the same subject in both sentences because this Kenan is still the topic marker. So literally what you're saying is 미국 사람이기는, like as for me being an American, well, I am 한데, I am an American. As for me being an American, I am, but well, 철수 is Korean. Like, it just doesn't quite match. It makes sense in Korean. They'll grammatically understand what you're saying, but it just sounds awkward. You want to keep the same flow. So when you introduce this form, 긴, you want to use the same subject for both parts of the sentence. So I'm an American, 기는, so now this is our topic. So as for, when it comes to talking about me being an American, I don't speak English. Something like that. Not, well, as far as me being an American, oh, look over there. Let's talk about that. So typically this is kept with the same subject. Now, that's not to say you can't, but most of the time it doesn't because it sounds awkward to put this topic marker in your sentence. Like now we're talking about this. This is the topic, but then switching it to talking about someone else. So that's the reason. I'll just say that. You want to keep the subject the same in both parts of the sentence whenever you're using like 지만 or te. Okay, that's the last difficult thing to concern yourself with this form. And yeah, if you ever forget that, like, oh, can I use different subjects? Go back to the topic marker and think of it again. Remember, the topic marker really sets the topic of your conversation. So it's like, hey, now we're talking about this. So like, 제가 미국 이기는, as far as me, like let's talk about 미국 사람이긴, like me being an American. Okay, now we're talking about me being an American. So then just keep that in mind. So now you should say something about yourself being an American, not something unrelated or someone else. So just keep that in mind. Okay, let's do our first sentence. 저는, so I, 친구가, so for friends, so there are going to be some friends. 있다, 친구가 있어요. I have friends, or there are friends. 친구가 있긴 한데, 저는 친구가 있긴 한데, so I have friends, so I have friends, or literally, as far as, me having friends, well, I do, 한데, I do, but, 대, however, some sort of contrast, 다, everyone, or all of them, 한국에 있어요. So, 저는 친구가 있긴 한데 다 한국에 있어요. 저는 친구가 있긴 한데 다 한국에 있어요. So, I have friends. 친구가 있긴 한데 I have friends. I do have friends. That sort of emphasis on the verb. I do have friends, but 다 한국에 있어요. They're all in Korea. So, I do have friends, but they're all in Korea. So notice that sort of acceptance. You're saying, yeah, I do have friends. I accept it, yeah, but I'm not completely in agreement with this. I have some reservations, and that is, but, they're all in Korea. 저는 친구가 있긴 한데 다 한국에 있어요. Okay. If you can understand this sentence, you're doing wonderful. Let's do one more example. Oh, actually, let's check our time. Let's see, are we okay on time? Okay, we have time. I want you guys to write this. It does taste good, but it's too expensive. Remember, for tastes good, I just wrote tastes good in English, but in Korean they use 맛있다 or 맛있다 if you want, or just 맛있다 as one word, to be delicious. But, we don't really say it is delicious. But anyway, so that's what I want you to use for taste good. So it does taste good, but it's too expensive. And for too, you'll want to use 너무, too much, excessively, the adverb. So go ahead and write the sentence. It does taste good. It does taste good, but it's too expensive. While you're writing that, I'm going to give you a quick explanation. So you could also just say, it tastes good, but it's too expensive. 맛이 있지만, it tastes good, but that just doesn't add the extra emphasis to the verb. So in case you were wondering, I'm not sure if anyone wrote this, but in case you're wondering and didn't ask, can't I just say it tastes good, but it's expensive? Yeah, you can. It just doesn't add that extra emphasis to the verb about like, yeah, I agree with it, but. So that's what this form does. So when you add this, so it does taste good, but it's too expensive. Let's see what you guys got. Let's see who's going to be first. Ocean Discovery, you did spell English incorrectly, wrote y'all. I think though you had a typo for y'all. But yeah, the rest is fine. I don't know English. Okay, let's see who's first. Tiffany, stay my day. 친구가 있긴 한데. Oh, 다 인터넷에 있어요. They're all inside. They're all in the internet. Okay. 맛있긴 한데 너무 비싸요. Me, my, me. Nice. Me, my, me. Got it. 맛이 있긴 한데 너무 비싸요. Tiffany, stay my day. Yep. 맛있긴 한데 너무 비싸요. Nice, Chris O. 하지만 너무 비싸네요. Yeah, nice, 무쿠. 맛있긴 한데 너무 비싸요. Nice. 맛있긴 한데 너무 비싸요. 맛있긴 한데 바로 비싸고요. 바로? Nope. 바로 would not be used in this situation. You want to use 너무 for too much. 너무, too expensive, too anything. 맛있긴 한데 너무 비싸요. 무슨 맛있긴 한데 너무 Ocean Discovery. 비싸요. Okay. Here. I was like, Ocean Discovery's discovered a new verb I've never seen before. 비요. Nice. 비싸요. Himang, are you getting some lag? Let me check. Nope. It's only you, Himang. YouTube shows me the stream quality is excellent right now. I'm in Hawaii. Oh, you're in Hawaii. The internet is the poo-poo platter. I actually never had the poo-poo platter in when I went to Hawaii. And that was like the number one thing I wanted to try there because I learned about that. I think I learned about that from like Pee-wee's Playhouse or something when I was a kid. They had like the poo-poo platter and they had like some Hawaiian luau party they did. Ocean Discovery. You just need to fix the spelling. 맛있긴 한데 너무 비싸요. The rest is fine. Yeah, the poo-poo platter. It's like a Hawaiian, I think, right? Dish. It actually is Hawaiian, right? It's got like a pineapple and stuff in it. Anyway, and like meat. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I heard the name. It sounded funny, and I heard it's a real food, and I wanted to try it. No, like platter, like a meat, like a plate, like platter, like a plate, like a dish of something. Okay, it does taste good, but it's too expensive. Maybe the poo-poo platter tastes good, but it's too expensive. Someone correct me if I don't know what I'm talking about as far as the Hawaiian dish goes. I just heard that on TV when I was a kid from a TV show. 맛있긴 or 맛있기는 한데. Notice it is 한데 because 맛있다 is a descriptive verb. If it was an action verb, this would be 하는데. Remember, that just has to go with the conjugation rules for 대. You could also use 맛있긴 하지만 if you didn't want to deal with 대. That'll be fine too. 맛있긴 하지만, either one. 맛있긴 하지만, it tastes good. It does taste good. 하지만, but 너무 too much 비싸요. 비싸다 meaning oops. It's when you try to write something too faster than you. 비싸요. Okay. 맛있긴 하지만 너무 비싸요. 맛있긴 하지만 it does taste good. 지만 but 너무 비싸요. It's too expensive. It does taste good, but it's too expensive. 맛있긴 하지만 너무 비싸요. Okay. Let's see how we have. Okay, 24. Cool. Charles. Let's do this one. Let's bring our friend Charsu again. Charsu도. Okay, we've only done other descriptive verbs. Let's do one with an action verb. So let's use 가다 to go. So 가다, the stem is just 가. 가기는. Let's just do 가기는. Now let's do something else with the verb. Actually, let's do this. Okay. 갈 것 같은데. I'll just do 것 to make it easier. Just in case if there's some people who aren't too familiar with this form yet. 잘 모르겠어요. 잘 모르겠다 normally would mean I don't know well, but that's how you would say I'm not really sure. Like I'm not positive. Like, I think so. 잘 모르겠어요. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I don't know well, literally. 철수도 가기는 갈 것 같은데. Okay, so let's break this down. 철수도, 철수2 가기는, as for going, as for 철수 also going, 갈 것 같은데. Let's just take a look at just this part. 갈 것 같은데. 갈 것 같아요. I think that he will go. 가다. 갈 것 같아요. I think he will go. But I'm not sure. 잘 모르겠어요. 갈 것 같은데. I think he will go. 근데, but I'm not sure. 철수도 가기는 갈 것 같은데 잘 모르겠어요. I think 철수 will go too. I think that he's going to go. So you get this emphasis. I do think that he's going to go, but I'm not sure. So here we have two new concepts. Well, actually, technically one, unless you're already familiar with 같은데. First of all is that you can use this verb not just with 하다, but also with that same verb again. So before we had 친구가 있기는 하다, 맛있긴 하다. all the other examples, 좋아하기는 하다, 덥기는 하다. You can also repeat the verb again. So you could also say 가기는 가다. Or you can say 가기는 하다. So you could say 철수도 가기는 할 것 같은데 잘 모르겠어요. Or 가기는 갈 것 같은데. You have two options now. I will say this though. Use either one, but more often you'll hear 하다. If you use the verb again, it adds even more emphasis to it. Like, yeah, as for going, well, I think he's going to go, but it adds that extra emphasis to the verb, even beyond the regular emphasis that you get with just this form. So, yeah, that's pretty much all it does. But just know you'll see both. So 가기는 할 것 같은데 or 가기는 갈 것 같은데. Then remember that this second one will still be the one you conjugate. So if you were to just use this in present tense, it would be like 가기는 가요. Or with 하다, 가기는 해요. Does that make sense? So you can use either one. I think it's fine, either one you want to use. But just know that because it adds even more emphasis, it's slightly less common to do it with the verb a second time and a little bit more common just to do it with 하다. But it's up to you, whatever you feel. Just know that it does add even more emphasis to the verb because literally we get 철수 too. As for 철수 also going, well, yeah, I think he's going to go. So it adds that extra layer. Instead of as for 철수 going, well, yeah, I think he will. So it's just that extra verb emphasis there. So that's it. But the meaning is the same. 철수도 가기는 갈 것 같은데 잘 모르겠어요. Yeah, I think 철수's going to go too, but I'm not really sure. Okay. 낮잠을 자다 means to take a not daytime, literally, 잠, sleep. Daytime sleep is how they say a nap. 낮잠을 자다, to take a nap. I kind of wrote that like H. To take a nap, 낮잠을 자다. So 낮잠을 자긴, as for sleeping, as for taking a nap, well, I did, but 했지만. So now it's past tense. I did, 했지만. Or, as I said before, you could say 잤지만, 자다, past tense. 낮잠을 자긴 했지만. Well, I did take a nap, but guess what's going to come next? 아직 피곤해요. So, 낮잠을 자긴 했지만 아직 피곤해요. Yeah, I did take a nap, but I'm still, 아직, still, or yet, 피곤해요. I'm tired. 낮잠을 자긴 했지만 아직 피곤해요. 낮잠을 자긴 했지만 아직 피곤해요. I did take a nap, but I'm still tired. Okay. Let's do this one. This one actually, I want you guys to do this one. I am an American. Let's do our example that we didn't finish before. I can't speak English. And if you want, go ahead and switch up English with American and to your own country and whatever language of your country that you want to say. But yeah, go ahead and make this sentence. And then we'll move on to our next topic. Let's check here. A typical poo-poo platter is a tray of American, Chinese, or Hawaiian food consisting of a sort of small meat and seafood appetizers. Interesting, yes. That sounds about right. Interesting. Egg rolls, spare ribs, chicken wings, chicken fingers, teriyaki skewered beef. That sounds good. Oh, crab rangoon. Oh, that sounds really nice. Really nice. Really nice. 재밌긴 하지만 너무 어려워요. Okay. Thibaut Latriel. 한국어는 아주 재밌긴 하지만 너무 어려워요. Okay, Korean is very fun, but it's too difficult. Very nice sentence. 가기는 갈 것 같은데 잘 모르겠어요. Oh, Mihal, you can use the verb again. So if it's 가다, you would just reuse 가다. Or you can just do 하다. So either 하다 or reusing the verb one more time. But you wouldn't do like 가기는 좋아하다 or any other verb because it wouldn't really make sense. Because now you're saying like as far as going to the party, well, he likes it. Like it doesn't really match. You could use 배우기는 배우다. Yeah, you could use that. Yeah, you could reuse the verb just like that if you want. Like I said, it just adds extra emphasis. And if you don't need that extra emphasis, then don't use it. But you can kind of think about it like, well, like as for learning Korean, well, like I am learning it. Think about it like that. Like as for learning, remember, because it's the nominalization form. So as for learning Korean, well, I am learning it, but I don't really think it's going so well. Or whatever you want to say like that. Just note that it has that extra emphasis. So be careful when you use it. And if you're not sure, just do 배우기는 하다. 배우긴 하다. And it at least won't sound like you're giving too much emphasis to the verb if it's not necessary. 미국인. Flying Icarus. Key. You're missing the key. Kennedy 맞긴 맞는데 영어 못해요. Okay, yeah, you could use 맞긴 하다 or 맞긴 맞다. Like, well, yeah, I mean, it is right. I am a Canadian, but yeah, that's nice too. Good job, Gabriel. And 무크, remember, it's 이긴. You don't add any sort of conjugation. It's just 기, like nominalization form. 아직 졸려요. Nice, Arul, Vani. 낮잠을 자긴 잤지만 아직 졸려요. So yeah, I took a nap, but I'm still sleepy. 미국 사람이긴 한데 영어로 잘 못해요. Oh, hi, Danny. Nice. Oh, hi, Danny. 낮잠을 자긴 했지만 미국 사람이긴 한데 한국어 못해. I did take a nap, but, well, I am an American, but I can't speak Chinese. Ocean Discovery, very interesting sentence. Doesn't make any sense contextually, but grammatically you're okay. Like, why does being an American sound contrast with not being able to speak Chinese? You could say like I am Chinese, but I can't speak Chinese, or I'm an American, but perhaps I don't speak Spanish, but not. Well, I am an American, but I don't speak Chinese. Like, it doesn't really make sense unless there's some context. Like maybe in the nuclear apocalypse, then China rules America and everyone speaks Chinese. So you're saying 미국 사람이긴 하지만 중국어를 못해요. Like then yeah, sure, but without context, it doesn't make sense. 폴란드 사람 이기는, not 이기는, just 이다. So 이기는 하지만 you're trying to say, okay, 못해요. 그냥 you can just say the language and then 못해요 by itself. Literally cannot do. 못하다, cannot do. You don't need to say 말하지 못해요. That's a bit too literal. 미국 사람 이긴. 있긴 있지만. I'm not quite sure what you're saying. You're trying to say there are Americans, but someone cannot speak English? 이긴 한데 외국처럼. You're trying to say 발음, like pronunciation, but what you wrote is 바람, meaning wind. Like I am the wind, like 외국. And you also wrote 외국. 외국 just means foreign country. 국 just means country. You want to say 외국어, the foreign language. Or 외국인, the foreign person. 인 or 사람, same thing. 외국 사람, like a foreigner. But just 외국 by itself just means the foreign country, because 국 means a country. 미국인 있는데, that means I have an American or there is an American, 있다. If you want to say I am, then it would be just 이다, to be. 한국 드라마를 보긴 하는데 그래도 아직 한국어를 잘 이해할 수 없는 것 같아요. Nice, Arovani. Nice sentence. I watch Korean dramas. Well, every day, every single day I do watch Korean dramas, but still, I don't think I can understand Korean well. Okay. Let me give you a tip, Arul, because I can see you're intermediate. Typically, time adverbs do come at the beginning of the sentence, but 맨날 is not a typical time adverb. That's more of a regular emphasis adverb. 맨날 has more emphasis over 매일, so it's like instead of saying 매일, which is just every day, now you're saying 맨날, like every day. That will go directly before the verb, just like any other adverb. So you would want to say 한국 드라마를 맨날. Unless you really wanted to emphasize like every day, then yeah, sure, you can put it at the beginning of a sentence. It's just more common to use those types of emphatic adverbs directly before the verb. I'm only telling you this because I can tell that you're intermediate. I wouldn't, I'm not bashing your sentence. The rest of it, it's really nice. 아이가, 한일 아이가. Be part of a dialect phrase from Busan just means 아니에요. But, yeah, it's used as 아이가. Like, are we not? Is it not? Are they not? Kind of like that. 미국 사람이긴 한데 영어를 못해요. Okay, it's nice. Ocean Discovery. I am an American, but I cannot speak English. Okay. Let's get the sentence. So, I'm an American, but I can't speak English. Can't. 제가 미국 사람, you could use also 미국인. And then 이다, so 이기는 or 이긴. 하지만, I'll just use 하지만 for my example. But if it was 대, you'd use 한데. 이긴 하지만 영어를 못해요. 못해요. 제가 미국 사람이긴 하지만 well, I am an American, but 영어를 못해요. I can't speak English. 제가 미국 사람이긴 하지만 영어를 못해요. Yeah, I am an American, but I can't speak English. I speak English really well, though. But it's just an example. You know, I'm trying to come up with examples, and usually the examples that come into my head are like way above the beginner level because I would just think about how would I say it. But yeah, so that I was just thinking, let me think of a basic example that uses ida and something really simple. So I'm like, well, how about I'm an American, but I can't speak English? Perfect. You know, and it's very possible. You could be born in America, but your family speaks another language, so then you don't speak English. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is actually what we already did. So I gave you one example with 가긴 가다, right? Like Charshu's going to go to the party. 가기는 가가. 가기는 가가. 가기는 가다. So yeah, just again, this adds more emphasis to the verb as opposed to just using 하다. So you can use either one you want. I have a couple more examples using this though. 알다, to know. 알긴 아는데. So here we have the verb used twice, 알다, and here again, 알다. But with conjugation rules with 대 form, the lir gets dropped out. So it just becomes 아는데, not 알은데 or 알데 or anything like that. 알긴 아는데, yeah, I know it, but 알긴 아는데. This is very super common construction. This exact thing is very common. If someone says like, oh, do you even know about it? And you want to say, yeah, I do know about it, like that. 알긴 아는데, like I do, but let me tell you something. So like you could be like, hey, this pizza tastes delicious. Oh, it's so great. And then your friend's like, I thought you were on a diet. Don't you know pizza has a lot of calories? 알긴 아는데, like I know, but this pizza is made of 100% air. Whatever, you know. 알긴 아는데 is just very, very way to say, yeah, I do know, but wait. So this sentence, this specific sentence won't be as common, but just this part, 알긴 아는데 is super common. So I would just write this down. 알긴 아는데. It's a very common way to say like, yeah, I do know that. Like, I know. Like that. Yeah, I know. 알긴 아는데 왜? So this you could say to your friend because it's not polite. There's no polite endings. So, 알긴 아는데 왜? Like, yeah, I know why. Now, when Korean people say why, they mean shortened, why are you asking? Or why are you, whatever, verb. Why are you doing that? Why are you looking at me? You know, if a stranger's staring at you, you could look and you could say, 왜요? Or ask them what's wrong. And whereas in English, we'd say, what, right? We'd say, what? 뭐. But in Korean, you don't say 뭐. 뭐 is like, what do you want? And it's very rude. It's kind of like you want to fight with them. So we don't say, in Korean, you don't say what to someone. You'll ask them, why are you doing that? So why are you asking me? Why are you doing that? Or why are you looking at me? 알긴 아는데 왜? Like, yeah, I know. So what? Why? Why are you asking me? So you could be like doing exercise at the gym and some guy walks up to you and starts speaking in, just randomly asking you like, hey, do you speak Korean? You'd be like, or actually maybe the better example would be, did you know Psy Gangnam Style? You know, goes up to you randomly and you're like, 알긴 아는데 왜요? Like, yeah, I know it. Why? Kind of like that. So yeah, 알긴 아는데 왜? Like, I know, but why are you asking me? And one more example where we use the verb twice. Oops. How are we on time? 37. Oh, 43. Okay, good. 그 영화, that movie. 를 보기는 봤는데. So like, yeah, I saw that movie, but 보긴 봤는데 별로. Now, 별로 is a negative adverb, so it's only used with negative descriptive verbs, or, well, negative verbs. And it means not really, or not that much. 별로, 재미, I'm going to write out down here because there's no space. 있지 않았어요. So it was not 별로. It wasn't really, it wasn't very. 재미 있지 않았어요. It wasn't very entertaining. 있지 않다. It was not 재미 있지 않았어요. It was not entertaining very much. 그 영화를 보긴 봤는데 별로 재밌지 않았어요. So yeah, I did see that movie, but it wasn't that good. So maybe your friend could be like, did you see the new movie, like, The Room 2? 보긴 봤는데 별로 재밌지 않았어요. Like, yeah, I saw it, but it wasn't very good. Because if you were to just say, 봤어요. 네, 봤어요. Then your friend would be like, oh, you saw it. How was it? Oh, I loved it. Wasn't it great? Where the characters' acting is so great? You say, you just want to get it out. You're like, well, yeah, I saw it. 그 영화를 보긴 봤는데 별로 재밌지 않았어요. Yeah, I saw the movie, but it just wasn't that good. Okay, now let's move on to our next form. So I think you guys kind of got the hang of how to use Kenan 하다 or Kenan verb again. Now we're going to do one more. 기도하다. Now this is not the regular verb 기도하다, which means to pray. 기 is the same thing we had before. 하기. So 하다 becomes 하기. 먹다 becomes 먹기, just like before. And do not conjugate this into another tense. This is the exact same way that you get the other form that we just did. But now we have 도. And this 도 is the regular particle 도, meaning also, or to, or even. So now you're saying, even this verb, it is. Or, again, you can reuse this verb here. As for this verb, well, yeah, that verb. As for this verb, well, yeah, it is, or it does, whatever you want to say. But now we have this meaning of even. So, yeah, it even is that verb, or it even does that verb, like that. So yeah, it's like saying someone or something even is a verb or even does a verb, whether it's an action verb or descriptive verb. Now, There's another way you can translate this. Literally, this is all it is. So if you kind of understand this, then you're good. But there's another way to translate this in English, and that would be both A and B. Both A and B. Now, what is A and what is B? Well, A is this verb. But also, if you reuse it here, then A would be this same verb here. So A is only this part that you're saying here. So if we're going to take, for example, let's just take 가르치다. 한국어를 가르치다. To teach Korean. 한국어를 가르치기도 해요. Literally, even teaching Korean, I do. So I even teach Korean. Or also teaching Korean. Or teaching Korean too. So I also teach Korean. As in, like, I even do the teaching of Korean. 가르치기, teaching, even teaching, 해요, I do. So we have 한국어 가르치기도 해요. I even teach Korean. Well, then where's the be? Be would be anything after that. So if you're going to use this with like 하지만, or this verb again with 지만 or 는데, then you get this be. So then the meaning you get is both I teach Korean and this. I'll show you an example, but be will be something that will come after this. So if you have two parts of the sentence, let me say this again. So that could be a bit confusing what I said before. Two parts of a sentence. The first part will be something 기도하다 or something 기도 something again. The second part of the sentence could be translated as both A and B when you put it all together in English. But this is just an English translation. You don't have to do it this way. This is just a suggestion. So you might be thinking, well, when do I use both A and B and when do I translate it as even? It's up to you. Literally, this only means even does something or even is something. So let me give you an example, and I think it'll sound, it's not that difficult to get. But let me just give you an example, and I think it'll make a bit more sense. But yeah, conjugation, this is very easy. If you can do the other one, there's nothing special here. So let's just do our first example again. 한국어를 가르치기도 해요. So, he or she or I or you or whatever the subject is, 한국어를 가르치기도 해요. He even teaches Korean or she even teaches Korean. 한국어를 가르치기도 해요. I even teach Korean, like that. Or maybe you want to emphasize to your girlfriend or boyfriend that you can cook. 요리하다. 저는 요리하기도 해요. I even cook too. Like that. Or you want to brag and say you can swim. I do swim too. 수영하기도 해요. Yeah, I swim too, you know. I even do swimming. 한국어를 가르치기도 해요. He or she even or I even teaches Korean. Even. Teaching. Does. Or if it's a descriptive verb, is. Okay. Now let's do an example with two parts so I can show you how this is useful for translating in English. Like I said, the literal meaning is even or to or also. That's it. But when you're translating in English, there are some better ways to do it. So let's get our friend Youngie. Now, Youngie is Charsu's ex-girlfriend. And she totally broke up with him. But Youngie here. Youngie는 정말, really, Youngie는 정말 똑똑해요. So, Youngie is really smart. That's why she broke up with Charsu. 하하하. Youngie는 정말 똑똑해요. She is really smart. 그리고, and on top of that, 그리고, so we have a new sentence here. 그리고 예쁘다. So to be pretty. Remember, 예쁘다 is only for girls. 예쁘기도. No, sorry if you can't read this too well. 예쁘기도 해요. So now we're going to have a descriptive verb with 하다. So let me just check the chat for a second. Okay. 2:51. All right, we're doing perfect on time. Okay. 영희는 정말 똑똑해요. 영희 is really 정말 smart. 똑똑해요. Period. 그리고 and 예쁘기도 해요. 예쁘기도 해요. Literally just and she is 영희 still subject. Sorry. 영희 is still the topic. 영희는 예쁘기도 해요. She is even pretty. Or she is also pretty, or she's pretty too. So Young-hee is smart. She's really smart. And she's even pretty. So that's what you get. Young-hee is smart, and she's even pretty. Or, remember what I said? That this in English can translate to both A and B. Now this is just a helper. So when you're trying to think of a natural translation in English, and saying just this might sound a little bit unnatural, not like perfect English, you can say both A and B. Young-hee is both smart and pretty. That's just another translation that you can use. It's not the literal meaning again. All this literally means is 영희는 정말 똑똑해요. Young-hee is really smart. 그리고 and 예쁘기도 해요. 예쁘기도 해요. She's even pretty. 영희는 정말 똑똑해요. 그리고 예쁘기도 해요. So Young-hee is both smart and pretty. That's just a more natural way you can translate it and more how it feels. So yeah, this tool adds something like even. She is even. On top of that, she's also pretty. But if you don't like the both A and B translation, don't use it. It's just a helper. Because I think you sometimes might want to say like, when you're translating from English, you might sometimes write something where like, yeah, he is both this and this, or he is this and this. And you might just be tempted to say 똑똑하고 예뻐요. But all you're saying is she is smart and pretty. That's it. If you were to say both smart and pretty, it has that meaning of like they're both at the same time. Right? Not only, it kind of has that meaning of not just smart and pretty, whatever, but now you're saying both on like both of those together at the same time, emphasis, kind of like that. So it adds that emphasis. That's why I like the translation of both A and B for translating this into English, just because it adds that emphasis in English. But literally, it's just even. So keep that in mind. If you're wondering why I even taught you that translation, it's because it does have the emphasis when you translate it in English like that. Okay, next sentence. 그 케이크, so that cake. 케이크, 그 케이크는 비싸기도 하고, 그 케이크는 비싸기도, that cake is even expensive, 하고, and that cake is even expensive, and 너무 too much, 크기도 컸어요. Okay, couple things to talk about here. Here it's 비싸기도 하다. And here it's 크기, like 크다, to be big. 크기도 크다. As for being big, it's big. So just notice, this one is 비싸기도 하다, and this one is 크기도 크다. So you can use either one. You can say 비싸기도 비싸고, but it's not always necessary to emphasize that. And here in this sentence, we're going to emphasize big. We're going to really emphasize the fact that it was even big, not just that it was expensive. So 그 케이크는 비싸기도 하고 너무 크기도 컸어요. Past tense 크다. Was big. So that cake was, now we have the tense. Was. Notice the tense does not come from this 고 part here. Whenever you're using 고, you do not need to use the past tense, even if your sentence is past tense. Now, you can use past tense if you want with 고, but you don't need it. Most of the time, it sounds better not to use past tense with 고, just the regular present tense. So keep that in mind. That's not a note for today's lesson. That's just a general Korean note. I've seen a lot of people use things like 비싸기도 했고. It's not necessary. Unless you need to emphasize that part of the sentence specifically is also past tense. You don't need it 99% of the time. Just do present tense. 하고 is expensive and was too big. And that makes the whole sentence past tense. So now we have that cake was even 비싸기도 하고, even expensive, and 너무 too much, 크기도 컸어요. Too big. So that's what you get. That cake was both expensive and too big. And it was too big. Kind of like that it was, it is, it does, it was, here with the past tense, It was too big. So that cake was both expensive and it was too big. 그 케이크는 비싸기도 하고 너무 크기도 컸어요. Again, you could have said 크기도 했어요 and you'd be fine too. But here we're just adding more emphasis to was too big. That was too big. That verb emphasis there. 그 케이크는 비싸기도 하고 너무 크기도 컸어요. That cake was both expensive and too big. I just wanted I used to work at Baskin Robbins, and I was friends with the person, the owner and whatever, and the owner's wife, and they made cakes all the time. So I got cakes like all the time. She'd have like messed up cakes, and she'd be like, "Here you go, you can have a piece." So I'd have lots of it, and the best cakes they had there were just the cheap roll cakes. At the time, they were like $15. Now they're probably like, I don't know, $500 million. But they're like $15 for the cakes. Those are like my favorite ones, just like the cheap roll cakes. So, Sharon, I'm just thinking about it, like cakes and stuff, because I was talking about that. Okay, another example. Can I have you guys to do this one? Okay. I'll give you this one. This one's a little bit harder, but I want you to try it. When I have time. Because there are only 2 more sentences, and this one's kind of fun. When I have time, I both watch dramas and listen to music. Go ahead and give it a try. If you can't get this, don't worry, because if it's your first time seeing this 기도하다 form, I know it can be a bit overwhelming because you're not sure how to use it yourself, even if you understand how to conjugate it. So just give it a try. Again, here, this both comes from the 기도하다 form we're going to be using. But give it a try. When I have time, I both watch dramas, or I watch dramas and listen to music. And let's check the chat. Can cake ever be really too big? It's a good question. Can cake be? I suppose it could. You want to get all scientific. You could get a cake that's big enough that it just collapses in on itself. And I don't think it would have to be that big either. Like, you get a cake that's even as tall as me, and that thing would just collapse to the floor. Like, there's no way that cake is supporting its own weight. And then if you can make it to support its own weight without adding, like, wood and stuff, or, like, big sheets of cardboard in there, which is nasty. You can't eat cardboard. Or fondant. You can't eat fondant. You add all this stuff to make it, like, that big, then I don't even know if you'd want to eat cake. Like, you want a nice, soft cake. I think when it gets big enough, it's just going to collapse on itself. But if you could make some recipe that could get, bigger than that and still taste good, I suppose there is no such thing as a cake that's too big. Small. Oh no, Small, you had it. 시간 있을 때 드라마를 보기도 하고 음악을 듣기도 해요. Nice. Small, you got it. Perfect. If you were to say 시간 있을 때 드라마를 보기도 하고, that's like, yeah, I also watch dramas when I have free time. I also listen to music. So it's fine too if you didn't use the 기도하다 at the end, but then it would be kind of like unnecessary to use it, I guess, because then what you're saying, if you only put it on the first one, you're like, well, I also watch dramas and, well, I listen to music too. But it's like, I also watch dramas and I listen to music. It's like, okay, was there a reason you needed to emphasize that you also watch dramas in that sentence? If you ended it with something simple like, and I listen to music, it kind of sounds like, yeah, I also do this and I listen to music. Like, it doesn't quite match. I'd say it's better to use it for both of them. So yeah, Small got it first. 시간 있으면 is okay too. 있으면, when I have time. 있을 때, yep, either one. Depends on the context. Both of them could be correct. I think without context, usually 시간 있을 때 is probably a little more, you can use it in more cases because it just means when you have time, literally. Whereas 시간 있으면 is kind of like if I happen to have time, where it's a little bit different meaning, but yeah, 시간 있으면 would be more like an if kind of meaning, but they're both okay. Just slightly different context. You're right, you can't eat wonton. Yeah, I mean, like, I get that they use it because you can form it into literally everything, but then you can also make Play-Doh into anything, and Play-Doh's edible too. Like, who wants that? I want real soft cake, and I want real buttercream frosting. Just that. Just give me that. Oh. It's actually nice. They sell like for my kid's birthday, my brother's wife would always make like cake, and she'd make it like some fancy cake, and she'd put like the real buttercream on it. Oh, it's so good. And they even like grocery store cakes these days. So like some like the big chain grocery stores, they'll also make cakes like with real frosting and like real cake in them, which is kind of cool because like I never had that. I always had like the fake like sugar frosting that makes your like mouth buzz when I was a kid. But like, yeah, these days they got some good stuff. 시간이 있을 때, 미하오, you wrote 시간이 하면. That means if time does it. But the rest of your sentence is okay. You want to say 있으면 or 있을 때 for if I have time or when I have time. Real cake in them. I love cake that has real cake in it. Yeah. 시간 있을 때 드라마 보기도 하고 음악 듣기도 해요. Okay, nice. Yeah. Most of you guys got it. Think small. Small puts you guys on the right track. I was surprised. I wasn't sure if anyone would get it exactly, but yeah. So first we're just going to do 시간이 있을 때. If you're wondering what the difference is between 있으면 and 있을 때, watch my live stream about how to say if and when. I explain it very clearly. Both 있을 때 and 있으면 are correct, but they mean slightly different things. So 시간 있을 때, when I have time, literally when I have time, 있을 때, the time that I have time. 드라마, gotta change the marker again. 드라마, I almost said 드라마를 보기도 하고, I don't even know what accent that is. 음악을, so music, 음악을 듣기도 해요. When you're going to say something is both something and something, you'll typically use this 기도하다 twice for both of those parts. So it is both this and this. It shows equal emphasis to both of them. That's why you want to use it on both, because it shows equal emphasis. Like not only this, but also this. You know, both this and this equally at the same time. 시간이 있을 때, when I have time, 드라마를 보기도 하고, I even watch dramas, and 하고, 음악을 듣기도 해요. I even listen to music. So literally, I even watch dramas and I even listen to music. But that's in translation. When you make a natural, nice translation, you get, when I have time, I both watch dramas and listen to music. And you get this emphasis, like I watch dramas and I listen to music. So you get that kind of, yeah, I do watch dramas and I do listen to music. Also, I even watch dramas and I even listen to music. So that's why I like the both A and B translation, because if not, you might not know why you would even need to emphasize them. But if you think of it as both, yeah, I both watch dramas and listen to music. It sounds a little bit more natural, and you can see why you might want to emphasize it sometimes to show both of these are important, like both of these are emphasized and equally. So 시간 있을 때 드라마를 보기도 하고 음악을 듣기도 해요. So when I have time, I both watch dramas and listen to music, and they're both emphasized and they're both equally important. The way that you'll see this 기도하다 form used most, in my opinion, I think it's most commonly just used to say something even is something, or someone even does something. So if you got that meaning, you're good for most situations. Just saying like the first example, 한국어를 가르치기도 해요. Like, yeah, he even teaches or she even teaches Korean. That's a very common usage of this form. Now, you also might see like 한국어를 가르치기도 하고 일본어도 가르치기도 해요. Like, he teaches Korean, and on top of that, he even teaches, what did I say, Japanese. So yeah, that's fine too, but I'm just saying most of the time you'll see it, it's going to just be something simple, like just to say even does something. Just be aware that you can also see it with two verbs like this. And our last example. Okay, I definitely need a new marker after this stream. 이 요리는, so this, 요리, literally cooking, but this is how they would also say dish. If you use it as a noun, this would be like dish or recipe or food item, something like that. 이 요리는 something that someone cooks can be called 요리. 이 요리는 준비하다, to prepare. 준비하기 쉽다. You're just going to write this first. Something 기 쉽다 is how you say easy to do. So you take an action verb and you attach 기 쉽다. Something 기 어렵다 is how you say that something is difficult to do. Just write that down in your notes if you don't already know it. 이 요리는 준비하기 쉽기도 하고. So, this recipe, this dish is easy to make, and, well, what else? 맛있기도 해요. So this dish is both easy to make, literally prepare, 준비하다, and tastes good. 이 요리는 준비하기 쉽기도 하고 맛있기도 해요. 이 요리는 준비하기 쉽기도 하고 맛있기도 해요. This dish is easy to make. This dish is even easy to make and even tastes good. Or this dish is both easy to make and tastes good. You guys got it? That was our last sentence. We are good on time. Yay, I like the lessons where we stick to the schedule and we still get to do sentences. That went well. Okay. 이 요리는 준비하기 쉽기도 하고 맛있기도 해요. So that would be something like a lot of Korean food, I think, is quite easy to cook. They're not like, you don't need like fancy steps. You don't need fancy equipment. You just need the ingredients. You just need to be tolerant that a lot of recipes don't give exact amounts. They might say the right amount, like just add 적당히, like enough of salt, or to add it to taste, as we'd say in English. A spoon of this or a handful of that, like a dash of salt, that kind of thing. They do that a lot in Korean recipes. They're not very precise for like general family recipes. The professional recipes will have exact amounts in grams and everything. But yeah, so as long as you're able to taste along the way and kind of play with it, yeah, I think Korean food is 준비하기 쉽기도 하고 맛있기도 해요. All right, so that was our lesson today. We've still got a little bit of time. I'm going to go just for about 10 minutes or so. We'll do a short Q&A, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But first, before we do the Q&A, I just want to make a quick announcement again that there are 2 more live streams left after today. 2 more, just 2 more. Next Sunday and the next Sunday, and that is it. Then there will be a short break. Now, if I go to Korea, then the break on these lessons is going to be 3 months. If I do not go to Korea, then the break will be maybe a couple weeks or so. We'll see. But I'll keep you guys up to date on that next week, hopefully, or the next week at the latest. Yeah, so 2 more. And then also remember that you can get the worksheet for today's lesson on Patreon. It has 8 more translation problems that you can try with this form, so you can get more practice if you still don't feel comfortable, as well as the outline for today's stream with all of the examples and notes and all of the lesson materials. This will be up on Patreon within an hour. So yeah, thanks for coming. Oh, again, if you don't already know, there is merchandise available now. So if you want to get like a Charsu t-shirt or a KitKat t-shirt, you can get that. And yeah, thanks for coming. So if you have any questions, I will now take those for just 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And if you have to do other things, go ahead. And yeah, thanks for coming. Gonna go to bed. Stay safe, everyone. Don't forget to wash your hands thoroughly. Oh yeah. Oh, I'll say that too. So if you guys are all, if any of you are like worrying about the thing, just remember, don't go to like places with lots of people gathering in them, because it's you might get sick. So make sure wash your hands often. but also avoid touching your face, specifically your eyes, nose, and mouth. You know, if you touch like here, it's probably okay, but try to avoid touching your face, especially your eyes, nose, and mouth. Wash your hands. Just a little reminder. Why are you not in Korea now? Can't you see I'm at this wonderful station on a spring day and nice weather today? Unrelated to today's topic. Can you explain the difference between 아직 and 아직도? Well, 아직 just means still or yet, like he is still not. And 아직도 is more emphatic. So still, you know, 아직도, even still, even because the do is just even. So it's even yet or even still. Now, you don't need 아직도 most of the time unless you really need to emphasize that it's something still something or yet a certain way. 항상 보긴 해요. 지겜? 그리고 웃긴 Eyes One show? 그렇기도 하고 요리하기도 하고 그렇기도 하고. Well, it just means I even do this and I even do that. So sometimes if you added in 가끔, 가끔씩, or 가끔 meaning sometimes, then or some sort of time adverb that shows how often, then it could translate as sometimes. But yeah, it depends on the context. If you feel it seems like that, go ahead. Just know the literal meaning is just even does this and even does this, or even is this and even is that. 직캠. Okay, I was thinking like, are you talking about like 직캠? Like the camera recordings of people like dancing and stuff? Okay. 맵기도 하고 진짜 맛있기도 해요. Yeah. This dish is both spicy and really good. That would be a good way to describe most Korean foods. 맵기도 하고 맛있기도 해요. Or, as I said before, you know, 맵기도 맵고, if you want to emphasize, well, it's even spicy, but you don't usually need to do that unless you need to emphasize the verb for some reason. Like, well, it's spicy. So, yeah, 맵기도 하고 is fine. Do you have a webtoon that you enjoy? No, I've tried to get into webtoons, and there was a couple I was reading for a while that were kind of fun in the beginning, and then I heard that they just went downhill and no one likes them anymore. So no, I don't really have a webtoon I'd recommend. But if there's a webtoon out there that you would recommend to me to recommend to other people, send me a message. I can check it out. Cheryl, be careful about mentioning the situation. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to be cautious. Okay, what's the best way for someone to practice listening Korean? Listening to Korean. Next question. Sorry. Yes, listening to more Korean. Podcasts, TV shows, movies like that. And then listening, not just having it on, but trying to listen to it. 예쁘기도 하고. 싸다, like inexpensive. Someone's pretty and cheap. I'm not quite sure what you mean. And 기도 해요? Not quite sure what you're trying to say. 태. 태. Yeah, I actually did a video about 태. I just finished filming it 3 days ago, a video about 태 for my Learn Korean series. If you're a Patreon member, you'll get the PDF for that within two days, 2 more days. So maybe by Tuesday or at the latest Wednesday. Yeah, I made a full lesson about 태 with lots of examples, but I can't explain it here. It's a full lesson. So I'm sorry, this is not the time to ask for me to explain 태 in a 5-minute Q&A. But yeah, I did do a full lesson about that. So if you're Patreon, you can check it out in a couple days. Everyone else, you'll have to wait until like August or September until I can upload it. Thanks for stopping by, Kevin. Do you know why North Korean? That's because they call their own country Joseon. Whereas Hanguk specifically is South Korea. That's how it's used for South Korea. So that's why they call their own country that. So, yeah. And that's also what it was called originally before it was split anyway. So They're not completely wrong. It's just they just use different terminology for themselves. Children's book, could I read? If you're very beginner, you won't be able to read any children's books. Because children's books are not beginner level. Children's books are at least high beginner level. At least high beginner level. But many of the children's books that I've seen are actually more like advanced level. Like at least the vocabulary is. Like the grammar won't be too bad. Usually high intermediate grammar. But vocabulary will be like advanced because it'll do some things like do you know the word for magic wand? Like do you know how to say like twinkle, or like how to say what would be like prance, like prancing around, right? Like, you know, things in kids books. You wouldn't know those words unless you're advanced. So yeah, I would say no, not children's books. Instead you want to do like variety shows because those have regular everyday Korean, and typically it's going to be like low intermediate, maybe high intermediate for variety shows. Podcasts too, usually not too bad. No, 쉽다 is not used by itself like that. It's only used in combination with other verbs and grammar forms. It's not used by itself. 쉽다. You could use a bunch of different forms. Like, you don't need to say, what do you want me to say? Quite in English. You don't need to say it like that in Korean. You can just do something like, what should I say? Or what are you saying to say? Or what would be good if I said? Like that. So I would say use a should form, but actually a lot of people have asked me that specific question, like, what do you want me to say? I'm not really sure when they would say that, because the context would also be different. Are you saying like, what do you want me to say? Like what? Why are you looking at me? What did I do? What do you want me to say? Like that's different from the literal meaning of, hey, I have to do a speech. What do you want me to say? That's different. Those are different. What do you want me to say? So I need some more context to help you with that. But typically you can just directly ask, what should I say? That's much easier and more common just to say that. Like, what should I say? Or what do I need to say? 뭐라고 말을 해야 되나요? Like, what is it that I have to say? Like that, directly. Talk to Me in Korean has a storybook for beginners. Interesting. Is it really for beginners? Or is it more like people who are finished with beginner grammar? Because I don't think beginners would be able to do anything with kids books, or else it would be like really simple, like 저는 철수예요. 저는 학교에 가요. 저는 피자를 좋아해요. Kind of like that would be okay for beginners. But I think like realistic children's books, even if it's written really simply, would still be like an intermediate thing at least. But I'd be curious to check it out. Maybe I can go see it next time I stop by there, check out the book. Maybe they'll give me permission to teach from their book on my live stream, and I could do like a live stream where we read a kid's book together or a news article together from Talk to Me in Korean. I don't know. That could be cool. Can you say something in Korean? Oh, I hate when people ask me that question. Say something. Oh, you teach Korean. Say something in Korean. 뭐라고 말해야 될지 모르겠어요. I would just say like that. Like, but that's just literally, I don't know what I should say. I don't know what I have to say. 뭐라고 말해야 될지, literally whatever it is that I should say. 모르겠어요. Like, I don't know. 뭐라고 말해야 될지 모르겠어요. And they're like, haha, wow, what'd you say? And I just said, oh, I don't know what I should say. Like that kind of thing. You can think of whatever your own answer is. Or 뭐라고 하면 좋을까요? Like, what should I say? What would be good to say? Or just say like, you know, kimchi, Psy Gangnam Style. You know, you could just say whatever you want. They're not going to understand you. You could just go like Ooga Booga Hooga, and they're going to be like, wow, your Korean's so good, because they don't speak any Korean if they're asking you that question. My hovercraft is full of eels. Yes. If you watch my, I think it was my North Korean dialect video. That's the very first thing in my North Korean dialect video. No one caught it. I'm surprised. Like, I think like one person found it in the comments. No one caught it. The very first thing in that video is on TV. I actually had my friend Johnson from the YouTube channel SpongeMind record 내 호버크래프트에 장어가 가득 찼다 at the beginning. So like literally my hovercraft is full of eels. And you can hear it in the TV in the beginning of the episode. 내 마음이 장식이 아니야. My heart is not a decoration. 장식 is like some sort of decoration. Like just something that you place around that looks nice. So like, it's basically saying like, don't play with my heart. It's not just a decoration. It's not just there. It's real. Kind of like that. A lot of things. Okay. Monty Pythons, yeah. Yeah, I was a big Monty Python fan when I was a kid. I used to watch Flying Circus all the time on TV. Well, reruns, of course. Yeah, it was really funny. It was a bicycle repairman, cheese store. Yeah, all that stuff. I used to love that. Of course, not quite appropriate with the Korean teaching theme, so I don't usually talk about that stuff here. But yeah. 무슨 뜻인가요? What does that mean? Okay. Is Peppa Pig in Korean a legit way to learn? Well, Peppa Pig in Korean just speaks Korean. He doesn't speak in British English like he does in English. Same with Dora the Explorer. Dora the Explorer in Korean, just like almost every language Dora the Explorer, with a few exceptions, she speaks regular Korean with some English, American English phrases. So yeah, sure. I mean, anything you watch in Korean is going to be helpful for your Korean. So yeah, Peppa Pig. 후추돼지. Peppa Pig. 후추돼지. Peppa Pig. Or I guess it would be 고추돼지? No, I don't think it would be that. I think it would be 후추, like pepper. I don't even know. What is Peppa? Peppa, what does that even mean? Peppa is just a name? Or is it like legit like pepper, like salt and pepper? So is there a 소금돼지 too? I know there's 소금돼지 when I go to the Korean barbecue. I haven't tried any Peppa Pig there yet though. Hutos. Hutos, they have very simple Korean. Interesting. Arulvani. Good night, Billy. It is 4 a.m. here in India. Nice. Cool, India. I've never been to India. I'm always interested, like, I'm intrigued. I think it would be really cool to go to India someday. Just there's like so much good looking food that I see on like TV shows and stuff when people go there on travel tours. I don't know. So much of the food looks really good. And people look really nice there too. Will you recommend watching Turli to learn Korean? Something funny is so Turli is a Korean kids TV show with like a dragon. It's like a green dragon. And in the show he came from the star Cantapia star or something like that. In like the Andromeda galaxy or whatever. He's like an alien dinosaur or something. I didn't really watch the show much. But yeah, you can watch Turli for practicing Korean. I'm not sure how helpful it would be. It's a little bit old, so it might be a little bit hard to hear it if the audio quality is not that good. Sometimes you could joke with people, say, "Oh yeah, I'm from Cantapia 별." Like I'm from Cantapia. Actually, I don't even remember the exact name. It was something like Cantapia star. You say, Cantapia 별에서 왔어요. You can tell people you're from Cantapia star if they ever ask you about Turli. I just know the song. You should come to New York. I've been to New York twice. As an LA person, I couldn't stand the weather. I'm sorry. But I did like that you don't need public transport. I take that back. I did like that you don't need a car to get around most of it, which was nice. I really liked to just leave the apartment, walk, take a bus, and then you're there. Or take the subway, like take the bus to the subway, take the subway to your location, you're there. Just like Korea. So I really liked that, but I couldn't stand the weather. I was there in the summer once and the winter the second time. I should have gone during spring. So yeah, I was kind of miserable because of the weather. And the one time I went there during the summer was this horrible hurricane. So I was only there for one night and I had to leave, 2 nights. And I was supposed to stay there for 4 nights, but I had to leave after the second night. And so running like down to the subway before it closed, they shut down the subway, and then having to get on the train, and the train sold out. Fortunately, I got a ticket like immediately, and then taking a train down to DC so that I could catch a taxi to the airport. And then I could take a plane back to California. It was terrible. Oh. Can you not do that in LA? No, you need a car here. There's buses, but they're not always on time, and they're not as many of them. So you might have to wait 45 minutes to an hour just for the next bus. In frequent locations, it might be 30 minutes. If you go to the transfer station, it's like every 15 minutes, but still you have to wait a long time for a bus. And then after you take a bus, it's not going to go to your location. You'll still have to walk there. There are no taxis. You'd have to call and make a reservation and they'll come in 30 minutes. Or an Uber. You can do Uber, I guess, but then you're paying a lot of money. There's no subway system except in downtown LA and it doesn't go that many places. There's a train, but also you have to wait like 2 hours to an hour or 2 hours between each train. It frequently comes late or arrives late. It doesn't go out that late. So if you need one that leaves later or earlier, you're out of luck. You just need a car here, unfortunately. A lot of people come to LA as tourists and they think that they'll take public transportation and then they leave and they think, oh, I didn't really do very much. I just saw this and I saw the handprints and I saw the Hollywood sign and I went to here and the beach and it was okay. And like you totally wasted your opportunity. You should have gotten a car. You could have done so many things. But everyone picks the same locations that aren't very good. You need a car if you want to come to LA. That sounds ridiculous. Yeah, you're telling me. Yes. Thanks, Smart Cinema. Okay, I'll stop the lesson here, but thank you everyone for coming. If you have any more questions, feel free to drop by the Discord channel. Thank you, and I will see you guys again next Sunday. Oh, and remember to vote on Monday for the next live stream topic. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. By the way, where's this bus? Hold on. Oh, train, actually. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the train. It was supposed to be here like 20 minutes ago. Wait. Hold on. I think I hear it. Yeah, okay. I'll see you soon. All right. Guys, I think I see the train. Hey! Stop! Oh! It's in front of me. That's perfect. Okay. Oh, there it is. The train came, guys. Oh, I'm saved. Oh, I was worried I wouldn't be able to get to my friend's appointment and everything. Okay, this is good. All right. Let me just grab my whiteboard. Hey, can I put the whiteboard on the front next to the bikes? Can I put it in the bike rack? Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you everyone for coming. Thanks to the donors today. Carrie, Mihal, Shar, Small, Shar again, and Purple. And I will see you guys again next time. Hold on, let me put this on. Let's get this on the front. Oh, over here. Okay. Let's put it on the front there. All right, guys. See you. Can I go in through here? Okay. Oh, over here? Okay.